Hello, hello. These are our new baller tools, and I'm going to tell you right now, it takes a little bit of practice to be able to use them properly. So don't be discouraged. It's going to take you a minute, okay? Some people might get it right away. Some people might take a few tries, but once you figure it out, they're going to work great for you. So what these do is instead of rolling out big sheets of clay and cutting little tiny pieces of clay to make the little balls that you need for petals or pointillism art or leaves or decorations on your polymer clay items, this is going to make a bunch of these little balls all at once just by rolling a snake. So our baller tools are two pieces. They fit together like this, and basically it's kind of like a bead roller, but many at once, and the beads are not going to be perfect. We have 2 millimeter, 3 millimeter, and 4 millimeter. And again, it's the purpose of this is not to make perfect little beads because they might have a little line in them every once in a while, but the purpose is to make a bunch of 4 millimeter balls very quickly that you can then turn into flower petals and whatever else you need to make. So here's how they work. You're going to need to roll a snake of clay. And each baller has a different size channel, and you want the clay to be about the size that will fit in that channel, just like that. Okay, so this part, once you get it, it's pretty easy to get. You just lay the clay in there, and if it fits well, then it's about the right size, and if it doesn't, keep rolling it thinner, okay? Then you want the clay to fit here without going onto the rails. So this is the bottom piece, and it has rails here because when you put this on top, it fits on the inside of it. So there's a flat part at the end, and you don't want the clay to be on that flat part. And what I usually do is give it a little bit of a press gently so that when I turn the baller sideways, it's not going anywhere. Then we're just going to take the top, put it on here. We're not pressing hard. We're just lining them up, giving a few rolls until you can feel and hear that it's all come together. And there are your balls. So this is the 4 millimeter size, which is the largest one. Then we have a medium, which is 3 millimeters. So let's make one of those. Again, you want the clay to lay in this channel without being too small or too fat, okay? You just want it to lay right in there. This might actually be a little bit too thin. If it's too thin, you're not going to get a good cut on the little balls that come out. They're going to get stuck in here and come out like rectangles. So you want the clay to fit in that channel without being too thick or too thin. So just practice. This one's still a little too thick. This is very easy to eyeball. And it doesn't have to be precise. I can just tell if it's got a lump in it right here that I just want that lump to be out. I want it to be even, and I want it to just lay in that channel. All right, so we'll make our medium size one like this. See how easy that is? So now we have, and there's even a couple on there, we have our 3 and our 4 millimeter. And now let's make the smallest one. So for you, if you make floral earrings or anything that needs all these little balls cut out, see now there's a little piece of clay stuck on the rail here. It's not really stuck, but that's what I mean by you don't really want clay on the flat part. All right, so next we'll do the tiniest one. And this one, as you can imagine, needs a very thin snake of clay. And the little balls that come out of this one are going to be tiny little 2 millimeter pieces of clay. Now, if you have someone in your life who's a pharmacist, the idea for this tool came from pharmacy and the way that they used to make pills. Right? So we just want a thin piece of clay that's about the right size to fit in that channel. Lay it across here. Make sure it's not so long that it goes up on that flat part of the rail. So I just took off a little piece there. Close the tool gently. And I'm just applying pressure until I can feel that the whole thing is rolling, and then one last roll gets them all out. Okay, so here we have our 3 sizes, the 2, 3, and 4 millimeter, and you can get these at Create Along.